lovely Twitch chat. Hello, it is I, your not-so-favorite, not-so-sexy degenerate anime cat girl, and today we are starting Repurpose. And I bet you guys are wondering, oh Yui, what the fuck is Repurpose? Repurpose is a dating sim game that I've been following its development for like 3 years now, I believe. I started like following the development back on Tumblr, when I used to go on Tumblr a lot. I don't go on Tumblr because fuck Tumblr. All my homies hate Tumblr. I'm a huge fan of the artist, and I really like the concept of the game, so I'm just like, okay, I like where this is going. I like this style. I'm gonna follow the progress. But I didn't really follow the Patreon because I kinda wanted to follow spoiler free, so that's what I'm going in. I'm going into this game pretty much blind. And while I was making a command for that, I decided to make a lurk command too, in case someone wanted to lurk. It just says this: I appreciate you coming into my stream, take care of yourself. I did not realize it would bring up a monkey emote. I thought it was just gonna be a purple heart, but since it's a monkey, that makes it even better. What is the character's name? Yui. What do I identify as? Male? Female? Neither. I mean, technically, I'm a demigirl, but I'll just say female. Now, did she always identify as female, or did she figure this out later in her life? Yes, always. Discovered later, trans. Oh, that's nice. Yes, always. The intention of this game is to be played through in its entirety as the characters chosen for this journey and cannot be changed. Do you wish to continue as Yui? Yes. Ooh! Okay! I like the music. Alright! There was nothing but darkness in that moment. I couldn't see. I couldn't speak. I couldn't feel anything. And then, in an instant, it was as if my entire being was thrust violently through the air. I wasn't being thrown up or down, but everywhere and now and nowhere at the same time. And before I could muster any fear, I saw the light. Whoa, okay. Loud people. Loud. It is loud. Loud people. Loud people. Okay, that is loud. I found myself surrounded by a crowd of people. People were clamoring around a stage, talking loudly amongst one another. Seems like they were just as confused as I was. I tuned out their voices for a moment and rubbed my temples to collect my thoughts. What was I doing before arriving? How did I even get here? I can't recall at all. Any memory I could have had as to when and how I got here are non-existent. What the hell? Why can't I remember anything? Before I could ruminate on that revelation, two figures took the stage that made the whole audience and attendance go silent. Oh! A cutie! To the left was an elegantly robed man. Oh, and I love his tattoo. Hello, handsome. He had white hair like foam that caked the beach shore. An odd, dark, discolored pattern surrounded his left eye. A birthmark, maybe? It was hard to tell at a distance. But above all else, he had a large set of wings protruding from his back. Ah, he's an angel! I see, I see. His smile was humble, warm, and noticeably nervous as he took to the podium. He scanned over the crowd as he waved shyly to us. And to the right, oh, hello! Is that a demon daddy? Hello! Listen. If I'm dead, and this is the afterlife, and if they're probably deciding where I go, I hope to God I go to hell, just so I can go to him. Hello! Oh. Angel Boy is cute, but Devil Boy... Ooh, it's gonna be so hard to choose. Oh, he's so flirty! Oh, no! Oh, no! Another sharply dressed man took the empty podium across the angel. His hair was a deep, fiery red and hung just past his shoulders. Everything above his energy exuded confidence, from the way he leaned against the stand to the way His amused expression spread across his face.
Late on the first day of work. Not very kind of you to keep us all waiting, even if we technically have an eternity.
Oh god, there's voice acting. There's voice acting. There's fucking voice acting. Oh no, and he sounds hot. Oh no, his voice is hot. Oh no, I like men.
Your predecessor was punctual, at least.
Silence, demon!
Ah, he has a nice voice too. His name's Calais. Calais? Is that how it's pronounced? Demon? I hadn't noticed it before, but that red head. He had cat-like eyes and horns sprouting from each side of his head. I like how they're like glowing like blue and pink. That's pretty cool. The demon's long black tail swished as if amused before pointing to the other's microphone stand.
Oh, this thing on?
The angel seemed embarrassed. I like his accent.
Anyway, aloha aina, everyone.
Oh, he's Hawaiian or Polynesian. I love him. He's precious.
Hello there.
And welcome to the garden. I know you all must be confused as to why you are here, but let me explain where you are all at, yeah? You mean we, right? This here, where we stand, is the Garden of Eden. Even though its tree bears fruit no more, it remains the more lovely part of this place. You're rude, like your predecessor, too. What is this place you are thinking, yes? Well, you are in a place that is neither above or below, but somewhere in the middle, so purgatory? Ending up here is extremely rare, and how it happens varies from person to person. Living a listless life, overindulgence, or if your time was cut short. The list goes on. In a way, it's like your path has been erased, yeah? So basically, you're all in limbo. Granted, it has many other names. Limbo, Purgatory, the DMV, just to name a few you've come up with. Oh god, the DMV is Purgatory! That makes sense. I'm particularly fond of Limbo. It makes me think of taking a cruise across the endless ocean back home. I could take some of you aboard with me if you'd like. Sir, please take me. Take me. Please take me. Please take me to your cruise. If a cruise is another name for your dick, please take me to your dick. And that brings me to my next point.
I am the Archangel Calais, and I have been assigned to this realm to offer help in crossing over to heaven, or as we like to call it up there, Utopia.
And I'm guessing, you're in control of hell? To get to this promised land, your resolve must be tested in one of the towns circling Utopia's gates called Haven's Homes. It is there that mortals must perform genuine acts of virtue to prove they have earned entry to Utopia. I'm not gonna end up there. Let's be real, Calais. I'm not gonna end up there. I'm just way too down bad. Like, no offense, you're cute, you're handsome, but, the demon dude, he has way controlled my ovaries right now. I can't, I'm sorry. Like, if I step into Utopia, I'm just gonna burst up into flames, not gonna lie. You'll be staying in Haven Home outside the realm of Utopia if and when you are ready to ascend. Please be aware that while patience is a virtue, there is a time limit of 1 Earth year to prove yourself worthy of citizenship within Utopia's walls. Similar circumstances follow if you want to get into hell. Though we aren't as elitist as Utopia, who require you to take an arbitrary mortality test. It's nothing much. Just denounce Utopia and pledge your unwavering loyalty to hell. Okay, fuck Utopia. Take me with you. Leave and overlook your first 3 misdemeanors to sweeten the deal. Oh, okay, that's not gonna lie, that's very tempting. Very tempting indeed. But any sins after that, and you'll have to undergo some torture or tone. Oh. Does sex count as a sin, or... Because if it is, that's gonna have to take away some points. If you get caught, that is, which given our forces, you most likely will. Yeah, that's a good point, fair point. However, if you're not stupid about it, we might just give you a promotion, haha. Oh, don't look scared. It's not any different than what you've turned the Earth into. The main difference is that in hell, we actually punish vile, disgusting sexual predators. Oh! Okay, then, that's very valid. Hell is very valid. Okay, thank you, sexy demon dude. I like your dark expression, and, I'm glad that you get rid of sex predators, because, fuck them. They can rot. Lucifer hates them the most, so as punishment, you get some nice, hot, searing blades and take it into their genitals and...
By the choir, have mercy!
Whoa, okay, we don't need to hear the graphic details, demon. No, keep going. I'd love to hear the graphic details. Though I might get banned on Twitch with that, so, Actually, yeah, he's got a good point there.
Even
if they deserve it. See, even he admits that they deserve it. Fine. But in my opinion, that alone will make hell even better than Earth. Though I suppose I can talk about some of the other luxuries we have. Like, did I mention we've got a 4D theater, a vast shopping center, and a Star Fox at every corner to help you get through the literal endless nights? Oh my god, you have Star Fox? Guys, I know hell is bad. Hell is very bad. But we got Star Fox, man. You can't go wrong with Star Fox. Like, come on. Just go to hell. Literally, go to hell in the nicest way possible.
Oh, and the name's Ramon, by the way. The pleasure is all mine should you want me to drag you to hell.
Oh, Ramon. I feel something LGBT happening to me, and that is my bisexuality. Wait, since when did hell have a 4D theater? And just what even is 4D? There's a third dimension that can be projected by human means at that. Oh, it's where seats are equipped with feature vibration, wind, strobe, fog, and sense to give an immersive experience that the film is playing. Hey, yo, vibrations. I find them quite fun, really, even if I had to make the 3-circle trek down to the Envy Circle. Just goes to show how behind on the times Utopia is if 2D is as good as it gets. Ooh! Moving on, there's always the option of remaining here, but fair warning, Limbo is relatively unmonitored territory between Utopia and Hell. Your soul's fate is uncertain, and many residents here live out the rest of eternity lost. It's pretty much a 24/7 free-for-all, so I'd watch your back. However, there is no need to dwell on that, as I'm here to help you cross over to a better place for the allotted time. Please do not be afraid to reach out, as it is my life's purpose to herd you lost souls to peace. Any questions? Yeah. Can I fuck in any of the 3 places? Can I have sex in any 3 places? There's a lot of mumbling and chatter amongst the crowd, all discussing who they wanted to join. For how they were talking, seemed like a pretty even split of people intending to follow either one of them. I considered my options. Utopia seemed like the most reasonable decision given the other was literal hell. But from the way that demon pitched it, aside from a few discrepancies, hell was like living on Earth. One valued morality of a person, while the other took them as they were flaws and all. I guess the big question is, I had to ask myself was, am I a good person? No! No, I am not a good person. Not in the slightest. I am the worst person in the world. This is bullshit. What? You turned my head to see who that was. It was a short masked person with rabbit ears that raised their voice first. Oh, they're so cute. DJ Roadkill, I love them.
This whole system is bullshit. Having to prove how saintly I was? Does activism do nothing for people these days? Christ, dude.
I mean, they make a good point.
Just because hell is pretty much Earth doesn't make it that much better, considering how fucked Earth was when I left it. This holier-than-thou, silver-tongued shtick isn't selling me a goddamn thing.
That's not what I've been trying to say at all.
Perish here, then.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way, right? Who's with me?
The crowd went silent with a few awkward coughs here and there. Even though they had a mask, people avoided eye contact with the haired fellow. A ripped woman in a cropped varsity jacket and goggles spoke up.
Just how technologically advanced is heaven?
Oh, hello, ma'am. Oh, she got that 6-pack, and she got that adorable face, and that varsity jacket. She completely blew off the rabbit head. It's called Utopia. So pretentious. It's inclusive to people of all faiths. But to answer your question, it's as advanced as the residents make it to be, which unfortunately for Utopia leaves it a couple of years behind what you're used to. They still use VHS and Walkmans over there, I bet. Untrue. Kylie pulled out a clunky-looking circular device and placed a large set of headphones on his head. Aw, I love him. I love him so much. He's such a boomer baby. He got these portable devices called CD players just last month. I thought that was fucking Megalovania. I thought he was humming Megalovania for a second there. I thought that was Megalovania, not gonna lie. Now we can listen to music wherever we go. As long as we don't scratch the disc or move too much.
Hey.
Dear Lucifer. If you want, I can pencil you for a tour of hell by the end of orientation, Miss Mitchell. Miss
No
Michelle?
need. I've already made up my mind.
Ramon's face lit up.
I'm gonna take my chance with the angel here. I love working on projects from scratch, and it sounds like Utopia is in dire need of an upgrade if it wants to be called my home. Oh, and just call me Mitz. Michelle is my mother's name.
Mitz. I love her.
It is what it is.
Suit yourself. I just see such brains go to waste.
But of course.
Nice, cuz you don't know how happy it makes me to have someone as brilliant as you join on. That is not to say we're not looking forward to the rest of you willing to come as well.
Hang on a second.
Oh, I love her! She's so cute and pretty and pink!
I'm dead?
Yeah, you're dead.
Oh shit, dude, you're right. We died?
You just now realized you're dead?
My apologies.
Yeah, you are.
I can't be dead. I have a midterm.
Listen, now that you're dead, you don't have to worry about midterms.
Well, I studied really hard for tomorrow.
I don't know, not the worst thing to be worrying about, but... Man, this sucks. Suddenly the realization had dawned on all of us. We were all dead, trapped here in this limbo, never to see the surface again. Never to see our friends and families. All of our lives had come to an end, whether we saw it coming or not. Noticing the rise in teary eyes and melancholy, Calais and Ramon tried to calm the crowd down before I went into a full panic. Mitz spoke up once more, breaking the tension.
How did I die? If I may ask.
Oh shit. The two up on stage looked at each other with uncertainty.
Oh dear.
Are you sure you want to know? I'm curious about how I died too.
It would just be nice to know how I spent my final moments before getting here.
The angel smiled warmly. I understand. It would bring you some solace and closure, yeah?
Yeah.
I want to know too. My memories are all fuzzy and wuzzy. Same here, yo. Alright then. He motioned over to the jacked woman. Michelle Moore, your time of death was October 25th, 2018 at 8:07 p.m. from blood loss. Blood loss? Oh, nay. 2 days before my birthday. You were dismantling a robot gifted to you by an associate for its AI system for a personal project when suddenly... The machine suddenly powered on and chewed your whole hand off. Oh! Since you lived alone at the time, you had your garage soundproof at the request of your neighbors. No one heard your screams of agony when it happened. Jesus!
Yeesh!
Well, at least you died a badass death.
Well, at least I went out the way I lived. Fisting machinery.
At least she's positive about that. I gotta give her that. She lifted her right arm up for anyone to high-five, but it was kind of difficult to do with her hand missing. So she was left hanging. Our sassy little rabbit friend, DJ Roadkill, as most people called him, died in the most ironic and hilarious of ways. July 7th, 2019. Paris when a peaceful protest boycotting the police for racially inspired police brutality turned into a full-blown riot. Oh. They literally died on the 4th of July. It's unknown who threw the first stone. Just kidding. Of course it was the police. And you were the stone when an officer shoved you in front of an oncoming car. Oh. Man, fuck the police. Get it? Because their stage name is DJ Roadkill? I don't think that's what... DJ Roadkill snickered.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. LOL.
I love how they said LOL.
Ah, well, guess I died the way I lived too.
Well, at least they're taking it well, but still. God damn.
Sticking it to the fucking man.
Listen, if I can't romance Ramon, I think I might romance DJ Roadkill because they're kind of funny. If it's any consolation, the chief of police that sparked the initial cause for protest died during the riot. Oh, okay. So, blood for the blood god. Karma as it's deserved. Hell yeah. We've had live shows of this torture ever since. Oh! Hell yeah. Okay, that's even more reason I want to go to hell now. Come to hell and I can get us front row seats for the next showtime. Bro, I have a weak stomach. No thanks. Though, knowing that fucker went to the place I always cursed him to go to does make me feel a bit better. It was then the waitress's turn. Rosita Cardenas, time of death, February 15, 2019, in the heat of the lunch rush at 12:38 p.m. She died the day after Valentine's Day. Your cause of death was... Oh.
By the choir, have mercy!
Accidentally worsening a gas leak because of sleep deprivation that resulted in a fatal kitchen explosion. My god! I mean, she gave me the vibe of like a klutzy like waitress, but I didn't realize it was that bad. I mean, I guess that does explain why there's like black stuff on like her clothes. I guess that's like ash from the explosion. That explains why you're covered in soot. Official COD, smoke inhalation. How reckless! We can't divulge whether or not there were other casualties besides yourself, but a fire that big. Well, you can use your imagination how many people were left medium to well done. Calais gave Ramon a stern look, seeing as if Demon's morbid humor wasn't welcome with Rosita. One at a time, they shared the cause of death to those that asked for it. From freak accidents to diseases to murder. One of the main consistent themes was many of us were young adults. What about me? I finally managed to get a word near the end. Oh, you. Let's see here. Calais closed his eyes, calmly searching through his mind for my answer. His face scrunched up disapprovingly. That's weird. You don't know? I can't seem to find your time of death or cause of death at all. What about you, Ramon? Yeah, no, me neither. It's all blacked out and redacted. I loathe it when higher-ups do that vague shit.
How very interesting.
How odd. Must have been a pretty brutal and traumatic death if we're not allowed to privy for that information. In all my time as an escort, I've yet to see someone like you show up. When you say by, like, escort, you mean, like, an escort to hell or the other type of escort? Because if it's the other type of escort, then, we're gonna have a lot of fun, Ramon. Trust me. Makes me wonder. So sorry, Yui. That's okay. This sucks. This sucks. How am I supposed to find peace if heaven can't even tell me exactly how I died? Well... Oh! Okay, so that got me to hell. Okay. Unlike these feather brains that misplaced your cause of death, hell actually does have it on file. You will just have to claim it for yourself since it's your own private information. Maybe I will. I don't know. There's a lot to take in all at once. I just died after all, and now I'm in Eden with some place called Limbo. I should take it slow and weigh my options before settling on anything. Well, if there aren't any more questions. Suddenly a horde of people began to close tighter around the stage, people's concerns rising above one another as he tried to get their speaker's attention.
Oh dear.
One at a time, please. Ramon, could you... Just as Calais was going to finish his sentence, a muffled song started to chime from Ramon's pocket and he pulled out his phone. His eyes went wide and he began to walk off stage.
Hasta luego.
Cover me, would you, Lay? I gotta take this phone call real quick. Okay, thanks, bye. Without so much as letting Calais get a word in, he was gone. The angel sighed, clearly annoyed by this development.
Oh, Lord, give me strength.
He took a deep breath to calm his nerves and addressed the crowd before him. What should I do? Follow Ramon, stay, and listen to Calais. Follow Ramon, of course! But wait, just in case, Ramon might think I'm being too stalkery, so I'm gonna save here. So, follow! Nothing of interest was catching my attention from the conversation. Just a bunch of people poking and prodding Calais on his first day on the job. I had a few more questions to ask Ramon anyway. And okay, I was a little curious as to why he so suddenly excused himself. I managed to slip away unnoticed, while the other humans kept Calais' attention occupied. Ooh, pretty! I never noticed it before, but for the supposedly lush Garden of Eden, there were barely any fruit or vegetation in sight. However, despite that, in the moody atmosphere of Limbo, it was still pretty beautiful. Flowers were abundant in the lined paths of the garden, so much so that I had to catch myself from sneezing. Finally, I was able to catch up with Ramon, who looked visibly distressed as he paced around while on the phone. That's just the way she is, mijo. You don't mean that. I know your mother can be pretty abrasive. Oh, that means mean. But she and I still love you very much. Can we talk about this once I'm back?
I love you. Will you say it back for me?
Oh. Who's he talking to?
Oh. Alright. See you then.
Just as he hung up the phone, the sneeze I had been holding in for so long had finally escaped. Very loudly at that. Achoo! Set up by the noise, Ramon turned around and noticed I was right behind him. Hey, boss, what's up? What, expect me to say bless you? True. More importantly, how long were you eavesdropping? I didn't hear anything? Good. I'm not sure what the phone call was all about, but it was in my best interest to feign innocence. I was more concerned about my own at the moment. I just had a few questions to ask about my death. His frown curved back into a smile. Frankly, so do I.
How very interesting.
All the mystery behind it has made you the most exciting of the bunch so far. Oh, I'm very exciting, thank you, sir. Really? Mm-hmm, yes, ma'am. He winked at me and I could feel my cheeks burn up as he took a step forward towards me. I know, he's a demon. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He knows he's just using me for his own pleasure, but I do not care. I don't care. I want him to use me for his own pleasure. That sounds bad out of context, but still, I want him. He was tall and imposing as he leaned over me, and I should have felt threatened, but I stood my ground against him. Be it from determination, fear, or something else, I'm unsure. I don't know how tall he is, but I'm pretty sure, like, I'm 5'1", so I'm pretty sure I just go up to here, so I'm not really gonna be that threatening. Well, I faked a cough into my fist to break this weird tension. Ramon loosened up, probably taking the hint. Is it true I can find out the way I died in hell? That's right. Heaven or Utopia, as the angels call it, plays the role of an overprotective father and would keep that information from you. But not in hell. Information and knowledge are at the fingertips of people like you who wish to seek it out. Okay. For the right price. That being, like I said before, all you need to get what you want is to hand yourself over to me. Okay, sure. The hell I mean. I'm just the escort who will take you there. Why didn't he just phrase it like that in the first place? So what does that entail exactly? By relinquishing yourself to hell, you're giving the biggest middle finger to Utopia and all its high and mighty ideals. That does sound good. That does sound good. That's a good price. Under Lucifer's creed, except that we are all flawed narcissistic creatures that desire to be bad in all the right ways to make their god angry. It doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. Just one that likes to party. I do like to party! So what do you say, Yui? I need to think about it. No, I don't need to think. I'm going. Take your time, though, word to the wise. Hell can be pretty difficult to navigate without a friend. And it could take years, maybe decades to get your death report, even longer if you waste time failing to get into Utopia. It's hell after all. It'd be a disservice if we didn't make you suffer just a little bit. I see. That was kind of a bummer. Not knowing the exact how and why I ended up here has made the experience all the more devastating for me. How would I cope into the meantime if it did take years to finally get my death report? But considering it's a signing bonus if you choose to come with me within the next few days, I'll be waiting in the hotel lobby to ferry the first batch of humans looking to leave. Hotel? You can't miss it. It's the only building in town that doesn't look like it's gone to complete shit yet. I have to admit, the demon's offer was tempting. We should be heading back now. The angel's probably getting his ass eaten dealing with some of the more rowdy humans. Right. With that, Ramon and I trekked back to rejoin the group. I'm going to hell. I don't need to think. I'm going there if I get to date him and find out what his secrets are. But mostly date him. Seems like things had died down by the time we got back. Calais looked almost happy to see Ramon returned. But soon as his gaze panned over to me.
Is that why you left? What a snake you are. And in this very garden, no less.
Oh, no. No. We didn't fuck or anything. I wish we did, because I think he would be very good in bed, because, you know, he's a demon and all that, and demons are very good in bed. But no, we did not fuck. Not in the garden. Unfortunately.
History likes to repeat itself, but I jest. I found her after I finished my phone call, wandering around aimlessly. Not much of a guardian angel now, are you?
Ooh. That's a completely different job from Shepherd. Ramon stifles a laugh with his palm while Calais continues to be annoyed by his antics. I don't quite understand why he felt the need to lie just now. Did he do it just to cover me for his own sake? Maybe he just wanted to ruffle Calais' uptight feathers. Still. Seeing the way his grin peeks at the corner, barely visible from only this angle, I can't help but smile too. Oh, I'm so gonna peg him. No, he's a top, so he's gonna peg me, but not in the ass. After a few more questions from the crowd and teasing from Ramon, Calais started to wrap up things. Well, no thanks to you, I was able to finish up orientation for today. Any humans that are interested in Utopia can make a line starting here so I can register you. A swarm of people crowd around Calais, practically drowning him.
Like the choir, have mercy!
A single file line, if you could please! Also, if I don't get you today, I am returning tomorrow.
And all the people that want to party in hell, just head towards the one non-shitty looking hotel building in the city and ride the elevator down.
Just like that Featherbrain, I'll be around tomorrow for those last-minute stragglers as well.
See you soon.
Oh, you'll see me in a few minutes. Surprisingly, there were some people who walked out of the garden right along with Ramon. There were also a few uncertain folks lingering around where they stood as well. Namely, those three from earlier.
Ah, jeez. This is all so much to take in. I don't know what to do.
Well, I, for one, am going to Limbo.
Huh? I thought you said you were going to follow the angel.
Oh, for sure. I just want to see if I can scavenge some stuff while I'm down here. Plus, I'm just curious to see what it looks like. Learn as much as I can about this place and how it works before moving on.
She makes a good point.
Same here, yo. I bet it's not even as bad as those two had hyped it up to be if this garden is anything to go off of. Let's check it out.
I'm curious as well. Mind if I tag along? Yui, was it? Yeah, you can come with.
Hooray! Hooray!
The more the merrier, my dad always said. And with that, we turned heels and made our way out of the garden. Yay, I have new friends! 4 of us navigated through the garden for the exit. It was a bit tricky, almost maze-like, but Mitz suggested following the Murmurs of Hell group to find the exit. Once we were out of it, we were instantly met with a sight none of us were expecting. Oh. For our eyes, we were looking at what looked like a desolate city. Oh my god, there's the fucking S thing that's always in middle school. Buildings and homes were in stale of poor management, rustling and falling apart at the seams. Trash littered across the eroded streets of the city, and any sort of sun was hidden behind the dense, moody clouds. It gave off a depressing, impoverished lifestyle should any one of us want to live here. Seems like they weren't lying, huh? No kidding. What a dump, yeah. I can hardly imagine anyone wanting to live in a place like this. Instantly, DJ Roadkill hopped in all of our cases. Hey, wait a minute! This? DJ Roadkill pointed behind himself towards the rundown city. I literally used to live in a place not too different from this. Sure, it looks like a couple of riots came through it, but I hardly call this place an inhabitable dump. Can't judge a book by its cover or some shit like that. I guess you have a point. With a little renovation, it'd be half as nice as where I used to live.
You got me there.
I mean, I found a few diamonds in a rough back in my day digging through my neighbor's garbage. My dad used to make furniture from trash. Were you poor too? Not really. My family was pretty well off middle class. The more bougie people in my neighborhood would just toss shit out without much of a care, so I would swipe any electronic appliances for my inventions. Ah, so she's an environmental bitch. I appreciate that, Mitz. Wasteful fucks throwing perfectly good stuff away when they could donate it.
Right on.
Honestly, I couldn't agree with that more, hence why I stole whatever I found useful. Well, can you really call it stealing if they don't want it anymore? I don't think so, but my dad almost got arrested for taking a table our neighbors were tossing away. That's dumb. It was pretty dark that night, and the table was really heavy that my dad knocked over all the trash bins. He tried to apologize by going to the backyard to wake them up through the bedroom window, but they didn't seem to appreciate it. Oh. I guess they just accused him of breaking and entering, so that makes sense. I don't think anyone would, honestly. That fascinating tale of accidental trespassing aside, I noticed something. Hey, where did Mitz go? Rosita, DJ Roadkill, and I looked around and saw that Mitz had walked off into the city, waving a backhanded goodbye with her good hand. Here I thought we'd be sticking together. I guess it's just us 3. Rosita turned her head and DJ Roadkill disappeared now too. They had scampered off to follow Mitz. They hollered at us. Let's split up and regroup later. Cover more ground and whatever. Without giving either of us a word in, Mitz and DJ Roadkill's figures vanished into the streets. Rude!
Aww.
It's just you and me then, Yui. Promise you won't leave me either? I have a much better chance of survival tagging along with someone. We're in a completely unfamiliar and different realm of existence after all. A partner at my side didn't sound so bad. Sure, why not? We can stick together for a while.
Yay!
Let's go then! She's so cute. I love her. Rosita and I made our way through the city. For a fairly large town, it was pretty empty of citizens. And the people we did come across didn't seem to want anything to do with us. Occasionally we saw some things lurking around corners and inside buildings. What things? We kept our distance and went unnoticed. Still, Rosita clung to my arm like at a moment's notice one of us would fall or lose sight of the other. Aww. Not to mention, she would practically lift me up when we ran even from the mildest noises. Oh! She's strong! Good! I want a strong bitch to protect me. Despite her demeanor, Rosita was pretty fit from the way she hauled me around the distances. I asked her to pull over for a moment so we could take a breather. I was exhausted from all the exploring, so we looked to take shelter inside one of the abandoned stores. She took an overview of our surroundings and inaudibly gasped, gripping my wrist once more as she led me into a small building. Oh, a diner! A restaurant?
OMG! This place! It's an authentic 1920 Swedish Chicks Diner trademark establishment!
This looks more like 1950s, if I'm honest. How can you tell? I worked at one of the recreations of these restaurants. The recreations play up the retro vibe to 100 with checkers, neon, and metal. But the first few diners were just simple, small, family-run eateries in Northern California. Then in the 1970s, Henry Sweets sold the brand, and by the end of the 90s, there were Sweetie Shakes on half the street corners in the US and parts of Canada. It was all the instructional 2-hour-long documentary featured employees were required to take a test on for the job. I know some jobs have weird requirements to meet before applying, but that's just ridiculous. Beats needing past experience for an entry-level job at other places. Yeah, I suppose you have a point there. And they gave me free popcorn to munch on during the movie. Okay, that's good. It was a little stale though. No, stale popcorn's the best. Like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Stale popcorn is better than like regular popcorn. Y'all can fight me on that. But I'm not going to say no to free food. Fair enough, I guess. I took a seat at one of the booths. It wasn't particularly comfortable, and something was preventing me from resting my back against the cushions. Digging around the open leather, I found a set of keys hidden within it. These must be keys to the diner or something. Little good it would do now since then, after already looking around. Doors were either missing or withered enough that a good shove could bypass any lock. Still, I decided to just pocket the keys for now. Maybe I can find some other use for them later. Or I can just give them to Rosita, because she clearly likes this place. Rosita skipped through the employees-only kitchen door, and I could hear the rustle of metal and boxes being moved from here. I decided to rest my eyes for a bit. Drowsiness starting to take over as my palms cradled my head over the table. What time was it even? Is time even relevant in Limbo? I doubted it. There wasn't anything resembling a sun in the sky despite there being light. Just clouds for miles on end. Limbo was meant to be a temporary holding place before humans like Rosita and I ascended or descended with one of the immortals. As rare as it was for someone like me or Rosita to end up here, I'd have to be modestly big to even hold 0.00001% of the deaths that happen a year. Before I could further bore myself with the math, Rosita had come back, a tray in hand and a big cheery smile. Oh!
Ding ding ding!
Oh, first of all, you're so cute and I love you. And you might be one of my other choices to romance if I wasn't, like, already attached to Ramon and DJ Roadkill. And second of all, what the frick did you make? Like, that did not look like food from what I saw of it. Like, that looked like fucking burnt dicks and shit.
Order up! One late night crunch special!
For a Miss Yui. She set the plate in front of me and slid in the seat across from me with an empty glass and straw. I looked down at my food and... Rosita? Yeah? What is this?
It's a sausage and hash brown skillet, silly! It got the nickname Late Night Crunch because it's super popular with the college students. Legend on my campus has it that a student ate this every day before their exams, and they would get flawless marks. It's like a good luck ritual. Oh, I think my manager just made that up to get more customers from my college.
Probably. Doesn't mean it wasn't delicious. Dig in. Rosita then began to sip on her clearly empty glass and hummed whimsically. Pretend to eat the meal, eat the food, politely decline. I feel like if I eat the food, I'm gonna get Rosita's ending, and I kinda don't want that, so I'm gonna save it here just in case. So, I don't want to make her sad though, so I'll just pretend to eat it. Obviously, she doesn't expect me to eat this hot plate of garbage. I humor her and stick my fork into the meal and bring it just a few inches from my face. It feels awful, but I put on a convincing performance pretending to take a bite. Munch, munch. I said phonetically. So good, my compliments to the chef. Rosita giggled, very happy I decided to play along. Oh, I really hope that does not ruin my chances with Ramon. I'll be sure to let her know. That was actually kind of fun, just sitting here and role-playing with Rosita as if we were back on Earth. She, a waitress, and I, a random customer. Hey, shouldn't you be working right now? I took my break just now to hang out with you, cutie pie. Oh, she called me cute. She called me cute. Guys, she called me cute. She gave me a wink. I'll have to let your managers know about this then. Oh, come on. Don't be one of those customers. We laughed and enjoyed our game of pretend for a little while longer. It was nice to play make-believe and escape our less than favorable reality. After a few minutes, when the conversation died down, I suggested that we take a moment to rest while we had the chance. Rosita agreed and laid her head down, curling up, so I decided to do the same and nodded off to my seat. It was me who woke up first. I stretched out my muscles and yawned in content. Not the best nap I've ever had, let alone the most comfortable, but I did feel a little bit more refreshed. I got up, looked out the diner's window, and noticed that the outside had gotten just a bit darker. Best idea is to wake up Rosita and look for the others. She looked so peaceful in her sleep despite the circumstances. I almost felt bad waking her up, but we had to go. Rosita. I lightly shook her shoulder and she shrugged it off. Rosita, come on, it's time to go. Her eyes slowly began to flutter open and she sat up with a tiny yawn. Oh, I was just having the weirdest dream. Was that the one where you were in limbo?
No, it was one where I was back in high school and I didn't know where my classes were at. And the school's mascot was a chicken, but I remember my actual high school's mascot was a seal. And that seal would drive in a cute little red Bentley on the school's logos. It was designed by one of my friends for a contest, but anyway, back to the dream. I found my first class, and my normal teacher was replaced by teenage heartthrob Back Ephraim. He was really
Back
nice to
Ephraim!
everyone but me for some reason, and that was the teacher. He was the teacher the whole day. Also, I had flippers instead of hands, so I ended up failing my classes.
I fucking love her so much. She's such a nerd. I love her. Oh wow, that is a weird one. We heading out now? Yep, let's try it and regroup with the others.
Okie dokie.
Rosita flipped the restaurant sign to close on the way out. I love her. She's so cute. She's so baby. After some time walking inside with their arms hugged, she hugged a little closer to me. I turned my head to see if she was okay or needed a break. Hey. Was she blushing? Oh! Oh no, she's into me. She's into me. Guys. I get bitches! I got bitches, let's go!
Aww.
Thanks for going along with me earlier.
You're really sweet.
And-
And I really needed a friend right now.
Oh! Friends? May have just met, but that didn't sound too bad to be honest. I would gladly be her best friend. Listen, I've only known Rosita for like 30 minutes, but if anything were to happen to her, I would kill everybody in this room, including myself. Oh wait, we're all dead. A friend like Rosita is the kind of world, heck, even on Earth sounds fine to me. Rosita and I are in what looked like to be a downtown area. Like the buildings we explored before, most were inaccessible, empty, or had some shady-looking figures inhabiting them. I'll accept this shopping mall center. Oh, alright, how convenient. In contrast to everything else, it was teeming with life, built around a river with the cleanest looking water I've ever seen. Oh my god, is that a swan boat? Can we go into swan boat? I knelt down, scooped some water into my hands to take a sip, thirsting for all the wandering. It actually tasted pretty clean. It was cool and refreshing on my tongue, like I had taken a swig from a chill bottle of water. As tempting as it was to drink some more, I saw some residents taking a bath in the river from a distance from us. So the invasive thought of people using the mall river with the same amount of respect as a community pool turned me off for now. Because, you know, people piss in those. Why is piss always mentioned when I stream? Like, even like unintentionally. It's always piss. While I was busy thinking about that, I ended up losing Rosita, who had wandered off on her own. I doubted she would leave the area entirely, and with the amount of pink on her, she was hard to miss either. Most of the stores in the mall operated by trade instead of some form of currency. Being relatively new here, I didn't have much on me except for some keys I found back at Sweetie Shake's. Not that anything really piqued my interest per se, except...
Oh, come on! You gotta sell me that thing!
That sounded like Mitts. I followed the sound of her voice and found her looking pretty close at the vendor. From the looks of it, she was trying to buy something off the vendor and looking pretty desperate to convince him.
Tut, lady. This sweet robot toy we got goes for at least 3 juice boxes.
Hordes? Is he like a reference to Hades? Who the fuck are you? Oh, he is a rat! Ah! He gives me Germa vibes!
Your Earth money is no good here, even if it's a crisp hundo.
I fucking love him. He's a rat guy, funny little rat boy. Oh wait, he has the crown, he's probably the Rat King! Rats, we are the rats, celebrating yet another birthday bash. Hordes, it's your birthday today. Cake and ice cream is on its way. And Horty, you've been a bad boy this year. Open up your gifts while we all cheer.
Paper money is as good as toilet paper in my domain.
How about you just take the whole wallet? Is that enough?
Hell am we supposed to do with a dinky wallet like that? Can't carry anything in it. But that's a lot of fancy toys you have strapped to your belt there. Much fancier than this one we traded for.
He nodded to her tool belt and reached to touch the hammer. Mitz took a step back.
Back off, dude. You can't have any of my tools. If I gave you any of them, it would render the whole reason I wanted the toy pointless.
Then we're done here. Scrap!
Mitz did not look happy at all by this. All this for a silly kid's plaything? Hey Mitz.
What's up?
Great timing. You got anything I can trade this bozo for his robot toy? Oh, the keys? Why? I need it so I can take it apart and use the scrap to build myself a new hand. I'm right-handed, and this incredible brain is useless without two functioning hands to tinker.
Well, I got an idea or two on how you can put that pretty little head of yours to good work.
What do you mean by that?
Beg pardon?
Uh-oh. Looks like Miss was about to throw down with the vendor. He didn't seem too tough, pretty scrawny at that. Suddenly, something grabbed me and Mitz by the back collar and lifted us inches off the ground. I looked behind to see several tall, lily-white tank-top men surrounding us. Is there a problem here? Want us to show him out, Mr. Horties?
Yes, fellas, if you would be so kind. These broke bitches don't have anything of value to trade with us. Dispose of them at once.
Broke bitch! I am not a broke bitch! I'm just poor! Wait! Mitz looked for me frantically for any idea on how to get the toy from the man. What can I offer him? Stay silent, offers keys. Give the man a blowjob, Mitz! Listen, I would give him a blowjob. I'm not gonna let Mitz do it, but I would do it. So, I'm gonna offer the keys. It's a long shot, but how about some keys? I managed to reach into my pocket and pulled out the keys, jingling them, hoping Horties wouldn't be enticed. One of the men scoffed. What use would Mr. Hordes has for those? Hordes raised his hand, and the man immediately silenced. We accept your offer. Oh! Okay, good. Yes. What, seriously? Even Mitz was surprised by this, as Horty swiped the keys from my hand, and the men put us back down. Does thou judge our judgment? Foolish, as the king of this dumb, we can find use in the most shitty of garbage. Like how these keys can make for a wonderful makeshift pair of brass knuckles. He punched at the air around him to demonstrate. Once he realized how silly he must have looked, he returned to his usual ridiculously kingly composure and tossed the toy for Mitz to catch. Anyway, yeah, the robot is all yours. I got bored of it a week ago. Now beat it. We did just that, and the whole time Mitz was just beaming his energy while already taking the toy apart. Oh, she's so cute! I love her! God, why does this game make me love everyone? I already love Ramon. I'm already, like, loving Rosita. Like, she's crushing on me a little bit. And now Mitz is being adorable, too. Oh, God. I might have to do, like, the other paths, like, on my own time. Because I really want to do, like, Ramon's, like, on stream at least. But I really want to do the other ones, too.
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you so much! I promise. If you're in Haven Home, I'll make it up to you.
Oh, sorry, Mitz, but I'm going to hell. Hey, it's no problem. I thought these keys would have come in handy since traditional door locks are obsolete here. Would have made a decent living, like the guy said. She then swooped in and gave me a great big hug. Oh, a really, really tight hug. Oh yes, choke me, mommy. Like, I think my lungs are collapsing. Mitz, I need air. 3 more seconds. 1, 2, 3. She let go in the air, never tasted so good. Oh, come on, you big baby. I wasn't even using half of my strength. Oh, crush me. Please, please crush me. Ma'am, please. Not that I am a bottom or a masochist or anything, but please crush me. Please. If that was only half, I don't want to experience you at full power. Only if you ask nicely. I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry. I need to leave. She just awoke something. I mean, I need to go to deal with that. I'm sorry. I gotta go. Goodbye. She laughed and I blushed. Miss was pretty strong, and I bet she could break me in half if she really wanted to, and I hope she does! You know, even if those other guys are pretty huge, I bet you could have taken them on solo. Maybe if it was just 1 or 2, but we were pretty outnumbered. and I really don't like having to use these sweet muscles for anything other than hauling machinery or as a last resort. As easy as it is to brute force my way to a solution, I'm an innovator, not an instigator. No, I'm glad you came in clutch back there, hun. Gosh, you called me hun. So, thanks. I owe you one, Yui. I'll keep that in mind if I need a hand down the line. Wait.
Funny.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm so sorry. That was an accident, I swear. You bitch, sure it was. Mitz giggled at my attempts to save face, so I decided to change the subject. You're an engineer or something? A robotics engineer specifically, but I've dabbled into other sciences too, like IT. What kind of stuff have you made? Her eyes lit up. I may have died at age 25, but ever since I was a teen, I've been building and innovating tech. Like when I was 14 and still in the egg, I was super into skateboarding, but the homophobic kids in my neighborhood never wanted to play with me. In the egg? Oh, she's trans! I think she's trans because in the egg is a term for trans people to use before they came out. So she's a trans woman. Ah. Either way, I still love you. I know there's like a lot of like LGBT like rep in this game, obviously, but still very surprised. So I made myself a functioning hoverboard to one-up my neighbor kids. Hell yeah, we love a one-upping queen. I was still young, so I didn't exactly know how to make it energy efficient. It took a whole week to charge for less than an hour of play. But the look on those fuckboys getting shredded by the neighborhood twink was well worth the grounding my dads gave me when the power bill came in. Oh, and she has 2 gay dads. Good for her. So she's a trans woman with 2 gay dads. Doesn't get more gayer than that. That's amazing, Mitz. Mitz instantly blushed for my praise. After that, Mitz and I continued to browse the mall to see what we could find. I'm guessing I get to hang out with DJ Roadkill next. We walked around some more, Mitz still on the hunt to find something to trade for her hand replacement. Sadly, technology was fairly sparse in Limbo from what I'd seen, and the ones that did catch our eye were way out of our price range. That being 0. In hindsight, we should have expected that. I feel like I'm in the 1800s. Hopefully Haven's home's at least in the 90s. I'd even take the 80s or 70s. I'm that desperate. Rosita mentioned that one of the buildings we inspected was an original diner from the 1920s. So I doubt there's anything too modern to be found. Figures. I saw some folks dancing to Louis Armstrong around a gramophone earlier with Roadkill. Speaking of them, where are they? Don't know. Last time I saw them, they scampered off to join those people dancing around the phone. Should probably look for them. Earlier we ran into someone that was a fan of theirs and would let us crash at her place for the night while we all figure out what we want to do. DJ Roadkill has a fan here? What are the odds of an encounter like that? About 0.000000037%. Oof. Ouch. I did the math in my head when it happened. While I'm cautious about that 1 in a billion, it's a better option than possibly getting jumped in our sleep by someone or something dangerous. That makes sense. Where did you say this group of Louis Armstrong stands were? In the parking lot area east from here. It's where we came in from. I think Rosita and I came in from the main west entrance. Where is she now? She got distracted and wandered off. I'm sure she's still floating around here somewhere. Good, I'll track her down and we can all regroup then. I nodded and headed towards the east entrance of the shopping center. God, I don't know who I like more, Mitz or Rosita. It seems like the Louis Armstrong worshippers had left with the record still playing. Shame, I actually kind of wanted to see that. I took a few steps in the parking lot when I heard someone call out for my attention. Hey look, a penis! They didn't call out that, I just noticed that there's a penis right there. And another one of those fucking S's.
Hey.
Hey Roadkill. They made those noises someone makes when you're trying to beckon a cat your way. Well, it works because I'm a cat girl. I made my way over to them. DJ Roadkill, was it?
DJ Roadkill, DJ RK, yada yada yada. Whatever works best for you. I know it can be a mouthful.
So now I'm gonna call them, I'm gonna call him DJ. I'll call you DJ from now on. Alright, cool. But listen, I managed to get the 4 of us a place to sleep for tonight. I'm hoping y'all would hear me out about what I had in mind before trying to split anyways. Oh, that's right, DJ was the one person who wasn't fond of the options Ramon and Calais gave. But we can talk about that together later. Right now, I totally gotta show you the place we're gonna stay at. Where is it? You'll see soon enough. So I followed DJ as they merrily led the way to this supposed place. For only being here less than a day, DJ sure moved around the streets as if they lived here her whole life. On the way there, we passed by what looked like a small community that made their way homes in more intact buildings. The atmosphere seemed relatively less somber and gloomy in comparison to the rest of the town, but only by so much. We stopped right in front of... Oh god, a church! A church? Somehow you don't strike me as the religious type. I'm not. Or at least I wasn't until I woke up in the literal Garden of fucking Eden. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Literally, I'm still 50-50 on everything that's going on. That's fair. But that's not the reason I brought you here. DJ hopped up the stairs and I followed. I gotta warn you, dude. If you smell like something burning, that's gonna come from me because I'm not allowed to step on the church or I will literally burst into flames. The hand rested on the church's door handle.
Check this shit out.
They gave the handle a good yank and I couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. On the outside, it looked like an ordinary church, but on the inside... Is it gonna be a club or something? Oh! It is a club! The inside was completely different. Okay, I can step inside this church then. Hell yeah! I'd groove here. What was once a church had been remodeled into a nightclub. Beautiful stained glass windows illuminated the dance floor along with an elegant chandelier, furthering the strangest clash of motives to the other. But despite all that, it still somehow managed to be the most normal looking place I'd encountered today. Whoa. Dope, huh? DJ's voice seemed to be coming from above me. When I looked up, I saw them hanging upside down from the chandelier hoop. Ah, they're so silly! I love them! I'm genuinely at a loss for words. When the fuck did they get up there? Who cares? I've seen my fair share of nightclubs when I was alive, but this is definitely my top 10 list. Oh. Oh god, they dabbed! Listen, I knew that they were probably gonna be like one of those like quirky like little TikTokers, but I didn't expect a fucking dab. I fucking love roadkill. Fuck, I know I said I was gonna date the demon, but this is really hard now. It's so hard to choose. God damn it. They expertly swung themselves off from the ceiling and back to the ground with ease. Faye, the owner, renovated this place with the help of some of the neighborhood people. It's meant to give the residents and their leader in limbo a bit of pleasure every now and then again. She lives in hell, but she has some visa or whatever and brings stuff over there to here when she can. She's also a total cougar, but unromanceable unless the Kickstarter stretch goal is met. Did you just break the fucking wall? Okay, I think like the goal was like met though, so I don't know, I'll have to see. But I'm not gonna romance her because I'm not a MILF lover. I don't date MILFs. Did we hit that stretch goal actually? Yeah, exactly! Now I'm breaking the fourth wall! What the fuck? Did this game just take what I say into account? Is this game watching me? Devs, if you're somehow watching me, I see you. And I like this game so far, so please keep making more. What? What? Anyway, she sounds pretty cool. Where is she? She's off visiting some of the residents. She said I could perform tonight if I set up the equipment myself. Mind help me out? Please? Just kidding, you don't have a choice unless you want to sleep elsewhere. With no option to say no, I guess I helped DJ set up the stage for tonight's performance. We gonna party! While we worked, DJ and I made conversation. Well, it was more DJ talking about whatever came to their mind and me just nodding my head trying to figure out what cable goes where. For a dystopian-looking town, electricity outlets all seem to be functional. I believe dim lighting in most places comes from the lack of working appliances to light up areas. Candles, however, were pretty abundant, and in the club's case, worked to its aesthetic. DJ looked right at home at that. DJ Roadkill. That can't be their actual name, right? I mean, it's the one the demon used for them back in the garden, but... And that weird mask, they never seem to take off. I just had to ask. Ask about the name? So what is your real name, if you don't mind me asking? Nunya. Nunya? Nunya business! Oh, shit! You got me! You got me! I walked right into that one. My mother's maiden name is Dayum, and it's Nunya Dayum business on my birth certificate. Okay, they had a lot of fun writing dialogue for DJ, I can tell. I know what you're thinking, and yes, filling out paperwork is always hilarious. I get the feeling they don't want to say. Should I push harder for DJ's name? Ask about the stage name. I decided not to press any further and instead ask something a little bit different. So how'd you come up with the stage name?
Oh, I just came up with it when I hit a rabbit on the road one night.
Oh! Well, that's depressing. Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic.
But, like, it got me thinking on my way back home. Like how fleeting and random life is. I was the only car on the road that night, and that poor bunny rabbit was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. If it had just crossed the road a few seconds later, or if I had driven just a little faster, that little dude would still be alive. You know? Its life was changed forever in just one completely random instance.
And in a way, yours too.
It made me really appreciate the life I have. Or had, I guess.
Oh, DJ, I want to hug him now. Was it just me, or did they sound a bit sad there? Maybe I should change the subject. What was this plan you wanted to discuss with the others? It's better to talk about it when the others are here. But basically, I just think that, like, we shouldn't jump into the arms of the first person we meet. Even if they are some fine AF angel or demon. You know what I mean? Kinda, I guess. After that, it was back to DJ mindlessly rambling on with no filter till we finished settling up the stage. Some time had passed and I noticed through the window that it was the equivalent of nighttime outside. The sky remained cloudy and vacant of any moon or stars in sight. Oh shit! We gonna party! It was to be expected. I doubt either of those would exist in limbo. Plus, it's just another thing I'm going to miss from the living world. I gave a weary sigh of thought and took a seat in one or two of the pews. Even without the shenanigans I had endured today, I couldn't help but feel somber. My life as I knew it was over. I couldn't even properly lament my own death, as I had no recollection of the events leading up to it to make matters worse. God. The reality of mine and the other situation was starting to hit me harder than before. I threw my head back when I heard the church door open, bringing my pity party to an end for the moment. My girls! And oh, I'm guessing that's the MILF that DJ was talking about. Faye, I think? It was Raditza and Mitz with another person right behind them. Faye, probably. I may be depressed, but I wasn't going to be rude and not introduce myself to our host for the night. I pushed myself up to my feet whether I wanted to greet them or not. You're Faye, right? Faye was a tall, slender woman with dark hair and a streak of silver that ran down from the side of her angular face. Okay, listen. I know I said I'm not a MILF lover, but I couldn't tell if the silver was from dye or natural, but for the sake of avoiding asking a woman her ages, I kept it to myself. Despite that, by no means did she look old. Mature, sure, but she made it work. Hell yeah.
Faye Bale. But you can call me Faye.
Oh, I love her voice. She has a nice, sultry voice.
My. This place looks far from heavenly.
Okay, I would love to hear an ara ara from her. Please, ma'am. Can you ara ara for me? Is there a way I can, like, pay the voice actress or voice actor for her to ara ara? I would love her.
Not that that's an insult. No. It's something to be, dare I say, praised?
DJ hopped up from the stage toward us, full of piss and vinegar. Yeah, tonight's going to be lit.
Uh-huh.
Is now really a good time to party? May as well. We don't know what will hold for the four of us tomorrow. Why not throw a killer rave for the dead? But I'm not dressed for a rave. I doubt anyone will be, honestly. Oh, no. You have that all wrong. We all looked at her. During my visits here, I tend to bring an assortment of daily necessities for the residents. That includes clothing. They may not be designer and a little worn out, but occasion has at least one or two Sunday bests in their possession they save for special occasions. However, this time, I didn't bring anything extra to donate for you. Oh. But I'll gladly loan some of mine. But just for tonight, though, since they're my personal outfits. Oh, thank you, Queen! That's so sweet of you. Told you she was cool. Yeah, thanks for everything you've given us. It's much appreciated given our circumstances. She smiled warmly first. Well, most of us.
Actually.
How do you get all these supplies here? I imagine it can't be easy, let alone safe, to try to support a whole town of citizens. DJ looked up at Mitz and nudged her. Mitz, why are you trying to look a mouth horse in the gift? You mean a gift horse in the mouth? That's not how the expression goes, and I think I'm pretty justified in being suspicious since she's from hell? Yes. Mitz! No need to defend me, DJ. I can understand why Miss Mitz would question my unwavering kindness. Especially considering I'm from the big bad place under the ground, so I must have a malicious ulterior motive, right? None of us have heard anything good about hell or the demons who run it. She wasn't wrong. More often than not, hell and demons are attributed with evil connotations and intentions. Is it like that's a bad thing? Sure, there were the few pieces of work that tried to be transformative and make hell, demons, and Lucifer to be a complex, misunderstood antagonist. But if you ask anyone what they thought hell would be, the first thought would be fire, brimstone, and the scum of the earth being punished in agony for eternity for their sins. Faye sighed in disappointment.
That's Utopia's propaganda at work for you. Don't assume that everyone in hell is a bad person. Some were dealt a bad hand in life, never receiving the help they truly needed to better themselves. Others simply enjoy their lives to the fullest, that a good Christian believer could only fantasize about. And some just don't quite fit into that black and white criteria Utopia has created to screen people like yourselves. Hence, why you stand here in this plane of existence between realms today.
Mitz kept quiet, looking a bit ashamed, like a child being chastised by her parents. Faye's expression softened once more.
Not everyone in hell is a bad person. There are very bad people in it, but that doesn't make me or anyone else inherently evil.
Yeah, it's not Ohio.
To vouch and answer your question, most of these supplies are donated from citizens in hell.
Oh, really? That's cool.
How I am able to bring them here? I suppose you could say I have a permit to move through limbo and hell when needed.
Mitz kind of squinted at that last part. A permit? DJ jumped back into the conversation. Hey! Mouth, horse, gift! The semantics of everything would take too long to go over. Mitch shrugged, letting the topic go. Looked like she wanted to say more, but stopped for DJ's sake. Especially since we have a party to throw tonight. Hell yeah, party! Woo! Woohoo, party! Aw yeah, now we're talking! My room is down the corridor on the right. It's the big mahogany door, you can hardly miss it. Now, if you can find an outfit suited for your taste... We followed the direction as told and found the room with no problem. For the most part, it looked like an office with amenities for comfortable living. There's a futon rolled up in the corner that looked barely used next to the wardrobe where I assumed tonight's loners were stood. Many of the bookshelves are made, but I couldn't help but notice some of the titles were not exactly the most religious. From storybooks, young adult novels, literary classics to comic books to some more adult-themed literature. What do you mean by that? I flipped through one of the books. Yep, it's porn, alright. Let's go! Porn in the church! Porn in the church! Let's go! There's porn in the church! I should not be saying that out loud considering my family is, well, not really religious, but they are Catholic. At the beginning of the book, I noticed a pocket with a note in it. Return to Faye by next arrival. Maybe this room doubled as a library? Suddenly, I felt a hand on my shoulder. What you reading there? DJ's grip on my shoulder tightened.
Oh, what?
Faye, you minx! Did they just fucking oh-whoa? Listen, they need to stop making me love these characters, cause I'm already trying to bone a demon, but I love these humans a lot more, to be honest, but I'm still trying to bone a demon. This is some kinky shit. Hand holding? How lewd. Not that I'm gonna judge. Good thing she's romanceable now thanks to the Kickstarter, huh? Oh yeah. Thank you to all the backers. You're all the real MVPs. Hell yeah. Thank you, kickbackers. With that wall break finished, they went back to searching through the wardrobe with the others. Personally, I couldn't give much care as to what I would wear for the party tonight. A sense of gloom hung over me that was too hard to shake. Hey Yui, aren't you going to pick out something too? I shrugged. I'll just wear whatever is left, honestly. That's no good. We don't want her to feel left out, right guys? Rosita looked over to Mitz and DJ, who had almost a full outfit already picked out, and Rosita frowned their way.
Right on.
Oh right, yeah, right, come on and join us. We can help you pick something that suits you, for sure. They said that, but kept their picks close to them regardless. I gave it and dug through the racks and drawers. Flirty dress, suave blazer, cheeky booty shorts, smart suspenders. Flirty dress! I like the short dress out of them all. It was in my favorite color, breezy and a little flirty. I found some hoop earrings and a matching pair of kitten heels to top it all off. The gang let me have first dibs to change in the restroom. Once they came back, I did a little twirl for them and they all clapped approvingly. You look so adorable! I could just eat you up! Please do, ma'am. Please, please, Rosita, please. Strut them legs, girl! Cute, very cute. I couldn't help but blush as they all complimented me in one shape or another. You gave me a small boost of confidence that I really needed right about now. Thanks, you guys. My turn, my turn. What? I thought I was next. Unless you want to change together. Ayo? Shit, we're both girls. Oh, I thought, they were non-binary. I'm non-binary, actually. Oh, yep. There we go. Alright, yes, I was right. They are non-binary. That's fine, too. Backtracking a bit, I'll hop in, too, and make sure Deej doesn't try anything. Like what? I wasn't. Not that anyone's consent, of course. Okay, good, DJ. Good. Good, DJ. You get a head pat for that. The three of them went to change in the bathroom together, and since I was already dressed, I felt like it was polite to stay behind. One by one, they came out and showed off their outfits for the night. Rosita wore a simple bright yellow dress that really brought out the highlights in her hair. Oh, she's so cute! Oh, she's so adorable! Oh, she looks like a beautiful spring flower. I love her. I couldn't tell if DJ was going to hit the Old Town Road or the club. Either way, I dig it. Hello, bitch! Mitz kept it simple and comfortable with the layered look. Oh, she still looks like a queen, though. They all look so cute. Y'all look great. They all thanked me in each their own way when a knock came at the door. A line is starting to form outside. You lot ready yet? Yep. Wonderful. We all stepped back into the hallway and made our way back to the main area. Party time! The whole atmosphere did a 180 from a secret sanctuary to a poppin' nightclub with the flick of the lights. Residents of Limbo filled the room, and the quiet was immediately alive with the sound of excited chatter. DJ pieced out and hopped on stage, living up to their name, and started their show. Rosita had dragged the reluctant Mitz to the dance floor to party it up, showing the other girl how to cut a rug. Everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves, us newcomers and residents alike despite the circumstances. And yet, not much of a partygoer, Yui? What do I say to her? I am a partygoer, so yes. I am, just not tonight. I sighed wearily and Faye smiled at me sympathetically. Hey, come with me. I know a quieter place. I blinked. Huh? Just follow me and you'll feel better, I promise. Faye held my hand loosely and I felt strangely compelled to follow her. We're holding hands. She stopped in front of a confessional, a dim light flowing out from its windows. She opened the door on the right, let me through, and... a bar? No place really was sacred in the church club. At least the lighting was less intense on the eyes. And the fruity aroma. Behind me, Faye popped open a bottle, some sort of sparkling wine, and with care, poured the champagne into the 2 glasses in her other hand. Apologies, but it looked like you could really use a drink. I managed to laugh. Really? First turning the church into a nightclub and now the confessional is a bar? Now, this is a place of worship in a sense. It's the Twilight Church and we praise the night. Faye walked behind the counter and gave it a little pat, beckoning me to take a seat. I obliged. I enjoy playing the bartender while the partygoers go on outside and listen to people spin their yarns. They unload to me all their burdens, regrets, fears, and I give them my ear with a piece of guidance. And aside of the poison of the choice. How kind of you. You say that, but I've had my fair share of glasses thrown my way. Aww. Whoever hurts you, I will deck them. You don't deserve that, Faye. You're a queen. Much like whiskey, my advice isn't the easiest to swallow. Ah, I see. As we chatted, a small handful of people entered the bar. It seems like we were not the only ones that preferred a more low-key atmosphere. Faye didn't charge me or anyone for the drink, saying it was a civil service they provided for clubgoers. Apparently, there were rules and regulations on the transportation of drinks and food to Limbo. Utopia could only bring so much food into Limbo, though clearly not enough from the looks of people. Hell, on the other hand, an all-out ban on edible perishables. The Demon's higher-ups allowed Faye permission to carry things such as alcohol to be freely transported to and apparently from Limbo. There was a lot of politics that Faye spared on the details. So more cons to getting into hell. She patted my head and went on to serve the other clientele that wanted to wet their whistles. Ayo, she gave me a head pat! Oh, please, game, stop giving me someone else to love. I just want to fuck the demon. I mean, I guess she's a demon too, but I want to fuck the daddy demon. They all seemed somber, but would crack a smile just for Faye as she poured them a drink. Except for... one raggedy blonde in particular. Oh, hey cutie. He seemed just to be in a bad mood, despite the act of kindness.
Seems like more and more humans keep turning every day. Oh
my god, his fucking voice. Guys, Guys, I think I'm in love just from his voice. My god.
It's a shame.
It's a bloody goddamn tragedy, that's what it is. And it's only gotten worse since Casey turned.
Casey?
Oh dear. How did Honora take it?
Honora?
Pretty fucking bad considering his Geist went on a rampage on her. Even after she begged me not to hurt him, even though he was long gone.
How awful. But you made the right call.
Really? Because it sure never feels like it after the fact.
Now, Noelle ma chérie.
Oh, their name is Noelle. Also, goddamn that fucking French bitch. Please marry me.
It would be mon chéri now. Masculine.
Oh, are you trans? Oh, and he has a different spelling of his name. Oh, so he's trans. I see.
Mon chérie. There's nothing else that can be done. Casey was a lost cause and was dragging Honora down with him. Most people that end up here in limbo and don't pass to either side turn into Geists at some point.
Huh?
This time was different, Faye! Casey was going to retake the Utopia trial with the new arrivals this week after 5 years of waiting.
Huh? Noelle gestured over to me. I suppose he meant this Casey is planning on taking Utopia's test with us newcomers. And 5 years seemed to be the wait time between attempts at getting into Utopia for humans of Limbo.
God! Why couldn't he just hold out a little while longer?
Faye sighed, more annoyed than anything.
To be blunt, I don't think it would have done Casey any good.
You shut your fucking mouth.
Oh god, please do not hurt her. Listen, I'm like attracted to you a little bit, but please don't hurt the Dommy Mommy. Noelle got it too fast for me to see. I couldn't properly see it when I was sitting down across the bar, but he had wings. Oh! I'm guessing he's a fallen angel then, I'm assuming. Wings blacker than anything I'd seen before. Light just disappeared into it, never to be seen again. They extended wide and intimidating, but Faye seemed unfazed.
Here we go again.
You don't know shit!
Oh. Well, what I do know is that you're trying to save the hopeless despite their apathy to change.
Oh.
Or the alternatives.
Oh!
Literal fucking hell is hardly an alternative!
Better than trying to adhere to Utopia's high standards.
Ooh, she got a point there, she got a point!
The acceptance rate has dropped from what? 75% to 70% these last few years? Doesn't seem like much on paper, but those are still lives being denied.
Oh, she makes a good point there!
I may not be as strong as I used to be, but I'll still beat your ass, Faye!
No, please, do not hurt the Tommy Mommy, please!
You keep saying that, but you've yet to lay a finger on me.
Okay, she's egging him on, so I'm guessing like she's stronger than him. Too quick for my eyes, Noelle grabbed Faye by her loose sweater and she had a look of genuine surprise in her eyes. No! Encourage fight, try to defuse situation. Defuse the situation! Hey, break it up, you two. I didn't say anything wrong.
Hey, watch it.
You don't know whether or not Casey would have been able to pass the test. You aren't the choir. Faye cracked a smile and it only made Noelle more pissed. He hadn't been causing trouble and he was even helping me track down stuff that greedy bozo Horty stole from our village from under our watch. Blankets, food, clothes, and even stupid shit like toys of ours got jacked last week. Toys? Oh, right. How about you just take the whole wallet? Is that enough? How am we supposed to do with a dinky little wallet like that? Can't carry anything in it. But that's a lot of fancy toys you have strapped to your belt there. Much fancier than this we traded for. Really? Is that what actually happened now? Huh? Faye giggled hardly, clearly me as I had an inkling why remembering my interaction with Horties earlier. That stuff Horty stole? Casey was the one who took it in the first place. Noelle looked shocked. You have such a tight lock on this village. Don't you think it's weird Horties of all people would be able to sneak in and out without so much as you noticing? So long as you're around watching over the few sane humans in the residential area, Horties wouldn't dare. He may be eccentric, mad even, but he still isn't stupid. That doesn't prove anything. Fine, but answer me this. Who was on guard duty that night? You or Casey? Noelle kept quiet for a long time, scratching his head faster and faster as he probably recontextualized everything he thought he knew. He then suddenly sat down in his seat, fist banging so hard on the table I thought it would split in two. Motherfucker! He lied to me! Again! And for the very last time it would seem. He looked so betrayed while he sat there, venting his frustration and biting down his lips so hard I thought he would draw blood. I know, baby. Faye placed a hand on his back, but Noah swatted it away. He just stood there in awkward silence for a good while, till Noel lifted his head back up. Faye? Yes? Bring me your strongest shit. We're getting plastered tonight. Hell yeah! Woohoo! We're getting shit-faced tonight! I'll be right back then. I was about to leave when... You stay. Huh? Got some balls getting between us. You know, most people either respect or fear that lady. Which are you? Me? I can't fucking stand her, but she's the only one that has some good booze in Limbo. So, a little bit of both, I guess. She scares you? Nothing really scares me much anymore, kid. But between you and me, I can't help but feel uneasy around her. I mean, I don't blame you. She is a cougar, but... Yeah. But hell yeah, I get to have a drink with you, cutie. Something's off? Noel shrugged. I've been in here in Limbo for a few centuries, and that woman's been visiting here for almost all of that. Humans that live for as long as she can be a little cocky. Voorhees is proof of that. He's been calling himself the king of Limbo, living in the mall with those fucking rats and tank top fills of his. I admit him, yeah, he's pretty weird. Total fucking nut jobs those two are, am I right? Noel laughed and then Faye reappeared. Who's a nut? You, of course. Wow, didn't even try to hide it. I've been called worse. The rest of the night was relaxed as Faye served me and Noel a few more drinks. By the time the club and bar had closed for the night, I had forgotten all about my previous worries. Headed off to bed in one of the booths with the blanket Faye left for me. The reflective light shining down on me from the broken stained glass above woke me up when morning came too. The others seemed to have risen before me and were cleaning up the mess the party left behind. Finally! You're awake now. Good. Get up and help us clean this shit up. It was the least we could do to thank Faye for letting us stay tonight. I stretched my muscles and managed to get up on my feet. Thankfully, I didn't have a hangover despite drinking last night. Yeah, it's really rare for me to get hangovers. I picked up a broom and joined Rosita, Mitz, and DJ in sweeping up the dance floor. Rosita, being a waitress and all, was no stranger to cleaning up messes left behind by others. She mopped the floor spotless to the point where I swear I could see my reflection in it. DJ and I sort of just swept everything in a trash bag. Where does trash even get thrown out? I asked DJ and they shrugged. We could always just burn it. I don't think we have to worry about the environmental impact here in the afterlife. Mitz was a little slower and would see if anything interesting was left over from last night. Rosita, who had finished early, helped her scavenge around the mess. Mitz had thrown her head back into a groan, so Rosita rubbed her back to try and help out. Once we were done and I stopped overanalyzing each person's cleaning like some weirdo, we took a break back on the Pew's booth. So Deej, you wanted to talk about some quote-unquote other options than what the Angel and Demon gave us? What? There's other options? Did I space out when they mentioned them?
Actually...
Technically, they did and they didn't. Heaven or Utopia or Hell were our only viable options. Yeah, but there was a third. Staying in Limbo?
No chance.
I don't know if that mask has been blocking of your view, but this place is kinda... a generic dystopian wasteland where the lost end up to live up the rest of their afterlife, never having their souls put to rest till they either go insane or die twice. I've read that young adult novel before for a class assignment. It didn't have a happy ending. I was going to say dumb, but that works too, I guess. You aren't wrong, but there isn't much for any of us here. At least in my opinion, that is. Yeah, I know things look pretty bad as is, but it's on the way to this neighborhood. There are real people here, and they have made Limbo their home. How many willingly, really? Even if they couldn't get into Utopia, which chimes a few alarms, Hell is right there too. Why not go there? Maybe because it's fucking hell and they're scared? Listen, guys. DJ sighed. I know it's a hard sell, but I think there's potential here. The people here aren't so bad. Troubled, but like, who else wouldn't be in this situation? Last night at the bar, I met someone that said his friend was trying to get better so he could get into Utopia. See? No, it turned out he was a thief. See? No, I'd want that dude stealing any of my shit while I tried to rebuild my hand. Well, you don't have to worry so much considering he had to be put down. Put down? Yeah, he turned into a geist, is what he called it. I think those geists are those creatures that lurked around in town. Rosita and Mitz's faces went pale and DJ's ears dropped down at this revolution. Wait, those monsters were once people like us?
You gotta be friggin' kidding me!
Fuck, I knew it. Cliché and overdone, but I knew it. That's it then. No way I'm staying here. I've got too much to do, so much to give. No, no way am I going to let myself become one of those things. You won't. They told me that that only happens when... I've already made up my mind, Deej. I'm not going to die here. Please understand. Mitz got up from where she sat and began walking for the door. DJ gave chase to try and stop her with little luck. The opening and closing of the church doors echoed throughout the hall with such certainty that Mitz was not coming back. DJ looked over to the rest of us. Well, we can make do with the three of us, right, guys? Rosita and I looked at each other, doubt evident in our faces. You too, huh? Well, I'm not going to force ya. I'm gonna go get my stuff and head into the hood. If either of y'all are still here, then cool. If not, then consider this my goodbye. Rosita fiddled with her hands, unable to look DJ in the eyes. Bye. She then turned around and walked off the entrance with haste. Aww. DJ went off and collected their things stored on stage, silently cursing under their breath. I just stood there in the center of the church alone, left with nothing but the options laid out before me. The little morning light there was reflected off the stained glass wall and shined down on me. I closed my eyes, trying to absorb as much warmth from it as I could. There was that kind-hearted angel Calais that wanted to help each and every one of us make it to Utopia. The demon Ramon, who was just as curious as I was to the way I died and offered me a deal. Follow along with Zita and Michelle to take the trials, or stay here in limbo, like DJ said, in the society guarded by Noel, the fallen angel. So many routes I could take just to reach some sort of promised happiness. But in the end, the answer is clear to me. Deep down, the answer had to be... Alright, I'm just gonna save here. Just in case. We're going to hell, boys. Realistically, hell seems like the easiest choice to make. Ramon said it was a lot like Earth, so it should be rather easy to adapt to a new life there. And even meeting Faye gave me some reassurance that hell was a better place than one would imagine it to be. Plus, Ramon promised that he would help me learn exactly how I died. Yeah, I made up my mind. I'm going to hell. Those were words I quite frankly never thought I'd say. No, I'd say them all the time. I soon find myself heading out of the church and into the city to find the only hotel Ramon said to find him at. Ooh, fancy. Just as Ramon said, finding the hotel was fairly easy as it stood out as one of the only buildings besides the church that didn't look like total shit. The lobby looked a little desaturated and dirty, but in comparison to the rest of Limbo, that was forgivable. I saw Ramon and approached him, though I'm a little surprised to see the crowd that has gathered around him as well. It seemed that most of the people who had appeared in Limbo were here. Was hell really this appealing of an option? Ah, if it isn't Yui! Ramon quickly turns his attention toward me, realizing I joined the group. So, you have made your decision then? Yeah, I want to go to hell. Never thought you'd be saying to yourself, huh? Funny, I thought the same thing earlier. No. I say that to myself all the time. Alright then, now get in the fucking elevator. Yes, sir! Ramon gets behind and scoots me with the other humans in tow towards an elevator. Stick close, everyone. The road to hell isn't a smooth one. It's paved with good... Ha! Shut it. I fucking love him so much. I love Ramon. Any further plans and I'm leaving you behind. We all gathered around and entered the elevator. I don't see how this is supposed to be uncomfortable. Yeah, it's a little cramped, but the elevator drops in excess of 60 miles per hour with infernal fire and lava just outside the elevator windows. Everyone, including myself, is screaming at the top of our lungs. Meanwhile, Ramon is glancing at his nails in a bored fashion as the cheesy elevator music plays, soothing the screaming souls about as well as one would expect. I hate this song. The elevator soon stops and the doors open. Ramon pauses to help me back up to my feet, sending me a teasing wink before stepping out ahead of the group and spreading his arms in a grand gesture.
Welcome to hell, everyone.
It more or less looks the same. Yippee! A crowd gathered inside applause, welcoming the newcomers jovially. The people all recover and filter out of the elevator, disoriented but entirely alright. Shockingly, hell seems to be the hotel from before. No, it wasn't the same hotel as before. Everything was brighter and vibrant with the lights giving a sparkling, possibly magical glow. What have I gotten myself into? What? Don't look so surprised. Have you ever stayed at a 4-star hotel? The customer service is as bad as the customers themselves. No, but really, this is just a little gag we do to welcome the newcomers. Hell itself is out these doors. This is just where a lot of the newcomers stay since, you know, you all just arrived. Multiple stars started to spread out, the crowd sprinting to return to their daily duties and lives, the newcomers wandering off to find their rooms for their immediate future. So, hey, don't look so skittish. Remember, this is all completely consensual on your part. Hell isn't nearly as what it's made to be by the televangelists, Republicans, and my mama. Honestly, hell is barely any different than Earth normally. I mean, yes, there's a little more eternal torment and fiery flames here and there, but that's more for the people that had it coming. Ah, right. Sorry, this is just so much to handle, death and all. It is for most people. Don't worry. Dying's a huge thing to have on your plate. Everyone comes to terms with it differently. What if I can't come to terms with it?
How about I show you around?
Oh, yes please, sir! Yes please!
Walk with me.
Oh, you can carry me if you want. Please carry me. Ramon gestures me out of the hotel and I see the true landscape of hell for the first time. Alright, what are we dealing with, boys? Oh my god! This is so cool! Bruh, it looks like Tokyo! Look at this shit! This is awesome! I thought it was gonna look like fucking Hazbin Hotel or Hell of a Boss kind of version of Hell, but this is really cool! It looks like a suburban city on Earth. Granted, it was clearly a bit more risque with the amount of sex-themed stores and advertisements, but Christ, Ramon really wasn't kidding. Something Earth Media does get right is the circles of hell. Well, sort of, you see. We're in the lust circle right now. It's where you'll find the majority of the population. Oh, the lust circle. Oh shit, we're in the lust circle. Most people in hell live in the lust circle? Is there an echo in here? Humans are horny bastards. I mean, you're not wrong considering I'm playing this game, but you don't need to call me out. Well, most of them are at least. Almost everyone has something that gets them going. If not, there are residential areas in other circles, sans wrath and pride. But not only that, this is the most affordable circle of hell to live in. Okay, good. I would love to stay in the Lust Ring then. But why not wrath and pride? It's also where newly indoctrinized citizens start their new life, and it's where all the free residential housing exists. So unless you're heavily sex repulsed, most people just naturally gravitate towards living here. No, I like it here. And even with people who are sex repulsed, we do our best to make arrangements for them. Hell is extremely accommodating though. Things can be a little slow to get done around here just from the sheer volume of people who exist. Oh, that's not bad. But as long as you're patient, you can just get about anything you want and enjoy the finest establishment while you're at it. Ramon gestured for me to move on and we started walking down the sidewalk. Just glancing around, I can tell there are stores and restaurants on almost every block. They all seem to have cheeky names of some kind, but I'm noticing a disturbing trend. There seems to be a lot of shops called Star Fox. Yeah, that makes sense. Ramon notices my gaze and chuckles. You better get used to seeing that place. Star Fox is all over hell. Y'all see it in Sweetie Shakes in practically every circle. There's plenty of corporate giants down here, just like on Earth. I always figured that dead chains would be down here, you know, like Ames. Corporations are all powerful. They aren't people. Companies can't go to hell. That said, be careful with jokes like that, unless you really want to date yourself around the rest of us. Ah, right, thank you. I guess now it's time to ask Ramon some questions about my new home then. What should I ask about in hell? The time of day? Sorry working the night shift? Nope, it's always night in hell. Unless it's twilight though, which only lasts for 1 hour each day. It's gonna mess with your eternal clock for a bit, but you'll get used to it. It certainly brings a new meaning to going all night though. Ayo? Oh god. Eternal punishment. How does the whole eternal punishment thing work? The image you have of hell from back on Earth isn't entirely wrong. You know, the fields of punishment and all that, there's some truth to it. Anyone can choose to go to hell, but a criminal of a severe enough crime will face justice here. You can't just steal and kill without consequence. The difference being that instead of jail, you just get, you know, tortured for days, months, or years, depending on the crime, of course. I don't imagine there's something you ever get used to, huh? Oh, not at all. It's excruciating.
It is what it is.
But hey, you don't need to worry about it if you're not a criminal. It's not just whipping or the like either. Greek myth was pretty accurate in the stories of Hades, a punishment to fit the crime. What, is Sisyphus scrolling his rock up the hills out somewhere there? Ha! Well, they got our general system of justice right. Greek myths are still just myths. The circles of hell. Ah, the big question. Well, a big question. Each of them are themed after one of Lucifer's generals. Lust, gluttony, sloth, envy, wrath, greed, and pride. In order from outermost to innermost, all of them grow and shrink as our population shifts. Helpful given hell never stops growing, as you know, we're in lust right now. apartments, hotels, sex shops, all the necessary residential services. Of course, yes, I cannot go a day without a sex shop. Yeah, real necessary. Gluttony, of course, is where you'll find a lot more of the food chains, but it's also where extreme hobbyists flock to sate their adrenaline junkie needs. In terms of appearance, it's like if an amusement park was an entire country or state. Huh, interesting. So like Florida. Exactly like Florida. Okay, so Gluttony is Florida. Gotcha. Sloth is split into two areas, the east being a residential area. It's a lot like the Lust Circle in terms of commercial development, but not nearly as sexually themed. It's a little more expensive than out here, and there's far less hotels, but it's good for the people who have a lot of trouble adjusting. That's solidly thoughtful of Hell. It might have that same shade of being a capitalistic hellhole at times, but Hell actually cares about the people that live here. Meanwhile, the West Sloth District is where you'll find the central hub for all things technological, magical, and whatever love child nerds produce by mixing the two. It's because of the advances in those fields that the East District can pass as a town on Earth, and why we have everything else you see around us. Like robots and androids. And sexy robots and androids. Alright, so envy after that, right? Yes, that's where you'll find beauty centers, malls, the artsy types, and YouTubers. YouTubers go to Hell? I mean, duh, I'm gonna go there. Mostly the ones that make reaction videos, unboxing videos, and lore videos about animatronics, but yeah, of course they do. So MatPat's going to Hell. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, Well, shit. It's the most expensive place to live in Hell, and you'll find about half of our celebrities there. Half? I'll get to that. Greed's after that. Casinos, franchises, HQs, office buildings. Most people that live there are actually just government workers or politicians. Real shocker there. Wrath is an island. We have a moat to separate it from the rest of Hell, just in case. That's where the maximum security torture centers are located, and where we keep the worst of the worst offenders. It's also where the other half of the celebrities end up. Really? Oh yeah, it's almost a joke here now that if you're famous on Earth, you'll end up there. I thought that was Ohio. Too many famous people have secret lives they never want anyone to know about. But we know everything. I can't help but smile at that. It's kind of terrifying to know someone knew every dark secret you've ever kept. It's like Santa Claus but scary. And a little horny. But Wrath isn't just about our criminals, it's also where the headquarters for our military reside. Hell is the military? What, expect criminals to just willingly turn themselves in for punishment? I mean, he's got a point there. Someone's gonna make sure they paid for their dues. Fair. But there's also fun for the public on the island if you wish to visit. It's just the professional sport riding you can take part in. Sport riding? Oh yeah, it's a great way to let out aggression. You should come sometime. Tell them I sent you. I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, the last one is Pride.
It is what it is.
It's small. I mean, it's the center of all the rings after all. It's kind of like the capital. Elected officials, courts, etc. Is that where Satan lives? Completely separate entity, but yes, Lucifer lives there. I wouldn't go as far as saying you should be casual around them, but they're not some imposing shadowy monster that lurks in the priest's closet. And that covers all the basics of the circles. Sorry for rambling, it's a lot. No worries, I was one asking after all. And, demons. Well, you've got two overarching types. The ones that have always been demons ever since Lucifer fell, and the ones that become demons over time. Wait, over time? I can turn into a demon? If they think you're exceptional enough, as they phrase it, they're called promoted. Basically a 100-year intern before you turn into whatever you best fit.
Wow.
I bet you make a pretty good succubi. I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry. I can't. He's just the fucking growl and the flirt. I can't. I gotta go. Bye. Whoever wrote Ramon, and whoever fucking voices Ramon, you got me. You fucking got me. Hey! What? Who wouldn't want to shift sexes at will? Oh, succubi can do that in this world? And because physical sex is fluid to the race, succubi is a gender neutral across all genders. Oh, not incubi? Interesting. Well, maybe you're a cheeky little bastard that likes to screw around and entertain folks, or maybe you just like to be able to turn into a furry, in which case the word imp would suit you best. I'm not a furry. If you're the smartass wizard or witch that employs the imp to do its bidding, then a sloth is what you become. A little more devilish and managerial like yours truly, then you'd be a mammon. Oh, So you're a mammon. I thought you were an incubus. Or maybe you're an insatiable thrill seeker. That'll make you a glutton. But if you're suffering from a major case of identity crisis, then a changeling is your calling. That's quite a few subspecies to choose from. Well, it's not something you just choose between after all. When you're promoted, your soul turns into the demon that best fits what type of person you are. Though, if you knew yourself well enough, I bet you could take an educated guess. If you ever get lost on what type of demon is which, though, you can always refer back to this convenient chart they give us during orientation. Ramon hands out a cheesy-looking pamphlet for me. Oh, I see. Huh, that's surprisingly convenient. This question gets asked a lot, but this pamphlet was made just for people like you. I don't have any more questions. No more questions.
Great, because we're almost to my car.
What? What the fuck? Oh, god damn it, of course, just when I'm about to get laid, he gets fucking hit by a truck. God damn it! Ramon is suddenly cut off while crossing the street by a car bearing down on him. It seems that the laws of physics still exist even after death, however, as Ramon is sent flying over the roof of the car and tumbling several feet on the pavement before coming to a stop. The car doesn't even brake, speeding off to who knows where. Shit, Ramon! However, as I run to retrieve my guide and only actual friend down here, his body simply vanishes into nothing. What?
This is a great time to explain death.
Okay, good. So, you can't actually die, I guess, and I guess that's what blood looks like down in hell. Just lava. Ah! It's better not see Ramon standing behind me with a mile-wide grin on his face.
You just come back. Though, mind you, a demon like me gets priority in line. Humans have to wait a little longer. Though, that's not always a bad thing.
Wipe the blood off his face, let Ramon figure it out, tease him. Wipe the blood off his face. Does he really not notice? Reaching to my pocket and pulled a spare handkerchief I had on my body and slowly brought it up to his face. Hey, what are you? I wasn't entirely certain where his wounds were, so I just focused on wiping up the blood on his forehead as carefully as I could. His blood looked like lava, warm too. Surprised it didn't just burn through the fabric. Once I was certain the blood was cleared up, I smiled for him. Oh, he's blushing! Ooh, he's crushing on me. Ayo, we're getting some. There we go. I got most of it off.
I see.
Thanks. Ramon blushes slightly. No problem. Don't try not to scare me like that again, yeah? Listen, it's not like you could control, like, a truck hitting him. You missed me? I mean, I thought I wasn't gonna be getting some because you died. And I thought I went into hell for nothing, so, yeah, a little bit. I left that his dismissive tone on the matter, but couldn't help but blush myself at his reaction. So as I was saying, we're actually getting pretty close to where I live now. It's actually not far from the hotel, so if anyone needs my guidance, I can offer it. But you seemed lost, I figured it'd be a good time to give you a small tour of the city. I take another look around at all the sights and sounds in hell, and how oddly familiar it all really is. It's actually kind of eerie how it resembles Earth. Sort of like a cold reflection you'd look at in the mirror at the dead of night. So, did that make Earth its own kind of hell? It was a troubling thought. Figuring out the mysteries of the universe there, Yui? Huh? What? Oh, sorry, I must have let my thoughts get away from me. Were you saying something? Well, now that you've got a feel for it, it's time for you to decide where you'd like to stay. Do you want to head back to the hotel? Or maybe you'd want to come stay with me? I feel my face flush at the offer as I watch his eyebrows wiggle suggestively. What kind of question even was that? Was he coming on to me? I hope he is! Did I want him to be coming on to me? I mean, I really only just met the guy. Would it be right to take him up on his offer and go to his place? Ah! Okay, calm down. I just have to pick the logical solution here. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna save here because, just in case, because I feel like if I go to his place, he'll only see me as a one-night stand and nothing serious. But if I just go to the hotel, I'm worried he might not, like, consider me as, like, an actual romance option. So I'm gonna go to his place. Yeah, okay, I'll stay with you. Well, I was panicking over making the right choice and ended up making myself come off as desperate. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Hey, dear Lucifer.
Wait, what? You're agreeing to that? Yui, we haven't even known each other a day yet. You're way too trusting, going with the strange man you just met. Crap, he totally called me out. Shit! He's calling me horny. Well, no point in backing out then. I know, but, well, you see. Clearly you need someone to look after you. Let someone scoop you up and take advantage of such blind trust.
Wow.
I believe you got someone handsome, courageous, and morally upstanding to do just that for you now, don't you? I mean, that really says a lot because you're a teen and oh god, I'm gay. He winked for effect and I felt myself die a little more of embarrassment inside. Don't worry, I won't do anything weird. Not to you, at least. And you can sleep on the couch tonight before you head off to the desk office tomorrow. Right, yeah, sounds like a plan then. Come on then, I don't live much farther from here. Follow me. I nodded and followed Ramon back to his home, burning in embarrassment from Ramon's teasing. It was a little foolish agreeing to go home with him just like that, but given my situation, it might not be all that bad. My memories are a mess, and I don't know how I'd feel about spending the night in a hell hotel all by myself. But at the very least, I'm pretty certain I can trust Ramon. I hope. It doesn't take long to reach Ramon's place, as he leads me into a gated apartment complex. The place actually looks rather nice, honestly, if a little upscale and out of my non-existent paycheck for sure. Once inside, we walked for a little bit over to an elevator, which thankfully traveled at a much more normal speed up towards the top of the building. It seems like Ramon lives in the penthouse, if I had to guess. Given he guides souls to hell, it only makes sense that he'd be paid well. Oh, look at the little peach bed. Does he have a cat or something? That's so cute. Oh. Oh. I see Mr. Ramon here is married, or was married, and he has a daughter. Oh, that must be who he was talking to on the phone, his daughter. Ah, fuck, I'm trying to date a fucking dilf again. This is Dream Daddy all over again. Also, I just noticed that there's dildos right there. Yeah, that's great and all, but I'm dating a fucking dilf.